Okay, welcome back to another episode of Sushi and Popcorn. I'm Delia.
I'm Keith. Kevin, you can jump in
Kevin.
We've been gone for a minute. We're back. As some of you may or may not know, my son, he was the owner and operator of Redemption 46, and there was a lot of you guys that followed him. Unfortunately, my son passed away in January, so it took us some time to recoup, get back in the saddle, so to speak. We're all still healing from that. We will be continuing to be healing, but it was time for us to come back and represent.
Yeah.
We brought him some new people. This is Kevin over here.
Hey.
Kevin is an actor and a musician. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Kevin.
I met Del about 7-8 years ago. That's when I started get serious about acting. So I've been doing that since. Did a couple of films with Del. Also studied music from an early age. Classical jazz piano, guitar. I also do vocals now. Opera as well, so I'm pretty well versed. So looking forward to K-pop's a new ball game for me. So interested to see how it pans out. Yeah, it turns out. So
All right, and I'm glad that you're here with us. I know Nick would love that.
yeah.
We also have another person join us. Her name is Melissa. She's not here tonight. She will be joining us the next episode, or next week rather. You guys are gonna love her. As Keith refers to her as a golden retriever, because she's so excited all the time and golden retriever energy. But she is adorable, and I think she is a great addition to our panel.
Absolutely.
Tonight we're going to start off with BTS, because Kevin is a virgin.
Yeah.
So we're going to take him back to the earlier days of BTS. We didn't get into... I really didn't want to go all the way that far back, and I'm pretty sure Keith didn't really want to go that far back.
Yeah, so we know, like, let's go back means no more drink. We get it. We understand that. And the whole schoolboy era, we get it. I don't like that era. I'll be honest. Not a fan. Not to say that we won't get into it, but I want to make this enjoyable for me too, right? So, we will be getting into that because I feel like it's a vital part of who BTS is, to show them who they were, and where they started from.
Right.
But not today. If you caught the reference. But so we're going to start off with BTS, Save Me, which is a safe song, right? We're also going to get into a little bit of the explanation of the roles that they play, the people in the group, the visuals. I think we should probably wait to the introduction of the members, like not to overload them until we do a guide where we can actually have a point of reference to understand what's going on. Not just say, oh, that's RM, that's the leader, oh, that's V, because you're just throwing things at him at that point, and it's just it's not going to take, and it's only going to it's complete overload.
And I would prefer for Kevin to
Right.
enjoy this, you know what I mean?
Right, not try to think.
Trying to sit here and get everything getting thrown at him. And,
Right.
Because I know, even though I started watching K-pop from First Generation, I had stopped watching it and just started watching a bunch of C-drama, K-drama.
Mm-hmm.
When I started getting back into K-pop again, excuse me, at that point it was almost third generation. And I remember Nick was like telling me all the names of different artists, and I was just like, okay, this is, and blew my mind that you, him, and the rest of your panel knew all these names and was so, you know what I mean, in deep, with all these K-pop groups. And I was just like, oh, okay, it was a different kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
When we were First Generation, we knew the name of the groups. We didn't dive into who's who. We didn't dive into what's his favorite color.
Right.
You know what I mean? What does he do? Who does he stand? It wasn't that deep. I enjoyed the music. Now, moving forward, here we are, third generation, and you damn near know everything about each one of these artists. Nicholas was like, "Mom, let's watch this show," and it was talking about different, artists, K-pop artists. Mm-hmm. But I started watching The Island, and believe it or not, I remember one episode, Stray Kids was on there. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, okay. So I got to see how young a lot of those artists were and how they grew.
Yeah.
And you could feel the pain when they got kicked off. You know, like you didn't make it. And I used to think, oh my God, are they kicking them out of off the island, off the building? But no, they would start them all over again, which is fine. And then the rotation of the artists and who was here to stay and the love that they showed for each other, regardless if they wasn't placed on a group yet. You know what I mean? They had genuine love, and I really enjoyed that. But before I continue,
Let's swing that one over.
Okay.
Just so like we can.
yeah.
So the island is like a reality show,
Well, I kinda
almost like
figured.
a
I mean,
American Idol type
right.
thing where
I kinda
the
figured
groups
that.
come together. But hopefully, I mean, if you guys want it, you know what to do. Jump in these comments, tell us what you want,
Right.
and we'll do it. Because I mean, so like we've had this conversation before when we had the channel before. There's no point of us jumping into
The Rise of Bangtan.
the Rise of
if
Bangtan,
nobody wants to
Run
see.
BTS,
Right.
if nobody's going to support it,
Right.
because that time could be going other places and to other things that people actually do want to see.
Yeah, Stray Kids.
So let us know, and I don't have a problem with doing that. Despite popular belief, I love Stray Kids, right?
Yes, because you put me on.
I just don't think this should be the only thing, because there are other fandoms, and I'm fighting for you guys. I'm fighting for you guys. Other fandoms do want to be represented on this channel, and they do want to see their favorite groups be reacted to as well.
Yeah.
So try to get everybody in, which we are trying to do with Kevin. We definitely have a very multi-faceted attack pattern for what we're doing with Kevin right now. We're going to pretty much run through all the groups, try to get him at least 1 or 2 good songs from every group, just to get his feet wet, just so he could see the multitude of acts that are in K-pop, and
The diversity of it.
right, and despite the fact that they may on surface level look the same, they don't sound the same, and
Right.
the content is not the same.
Right.
Right. ATEEZ is not Stray Kids. Stray Kids is not BTS. BTS is not NCT.
Right.
All the multitudes of NCT.
Right.
And we have to get into that too.
Wavy.
Yeah, wavy. Like this rabbit hole is pretty deep, and we don't want to just kind of throw them in and have them Alice in Wonderland its way down.
Yeah.
So we're.
Not always a bad thing, but
It's not always a bad thing, but sometimes I know like for me in the beginning it can be very it can be very overloading.
Yeah.
I was pardon the interruption. No, but from my understanding of what K-pop is, I read up a little bit about it. But I'm just the big thing is melody, choreography, and the visuals of the videos. And I know they're Delia, what you told me that they're trained very early on with singing and dancing, and so that's at least. So I know a little bit coming into the game here.
And actually that's part of it, right? So you're talking about melody, vocals, dancing, visuals, things like that. Those are some of the groupings or the roles that some of the artists in the group have. So there will be people in the group who are visuals, which meaning anytime there's like a photo op or a freeze frame, you want those guys up front because they're your visual lookers. They're your pretty boys. That's your eye candy. And then you have some people who are dancers. So anytime there's a dance break or anytime there's like heavy choreography, you want those people up front because they make the rest of the group look good. Same thing with the vocal line. Those are going to be your singers. Rap line, obviously, those are going to be your rappers. Now, they have people who are all-rounders who are good at everything, and you can just kind of throw them where you need them. You're going to hear a lot of this terminology a lot more as we get into it. And we're not trying to like bury you in information because that can be like intimidating. But we're definitely going to try to show you. But if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask. And if we can answer them, we can answer them. If not, trust me, the comments will set you straight. Or if I say something wrong, they will definitely set my ass straight. But all in all, this is a learning experience, and it should be fun.
Right.
So we're gonna keep it fun.
Okay, I'd like to hear that.
Okay, so at this point, we're about to jump into BTS, Save Me. And
Is this Save Me?
yeah.
Hit up. Mic drop.
Oh, hold on. Take it back.
We'll get there.
Right, we'll get
We'll
there.
get there.
God, I feel rusty. I don't feel like, you know what I mean, like we used to. 'Cause at one point in time, I was starting to get real comfortable. You know what I mean? And it just feels almost like brand new again. But all right, here we go. We're jumping into BTS Save Me. I think you're going to enjoy this. That sound too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Little known fact. It's not a little known fact, but this is the one take. A lot of times they also show the date on the bottom, so this was done in May 13th, 2016.
숨쉬고 싶어 이 밤이 싫어 이젠 깨고 싶어 꿈속이 싫어 내 안에 갇혀서 난 죽어있어 Just wanna be lonely Just wanna be yours 왜 이리 깜깜한 건지 네가 없는 이곳은 위험하잖아 망가진 내 모습 요해줘 난 돈을 잡을 수 없어 내 심장 소리 들어봐 잘못대로 널 부르잖아 이 까만 어둠 속에서 너는 이렇게 빛나니까 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me Save me, baby 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me Save me, baby Save me, save me 오늘따라 다른 빛나 내 기억 속에 빈칸 날 삼켜버린 이 lunatic Please save me tonight 어린 관계 속 나를 구원해주리 난 알았지 널 안 구원해요 내 삶의 일부의 아픔을 감싸줄 유일한 손길 The best of me 난 너밖에 없지 나 다시 웃을 수 있도록 더 높여줘 네 목소리 내 심장 소리 들어봐 제멋대로 널 부르잖아 이 까만 어둠 속에서 너는 이렇게 빛나니까 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me Save me, baby 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me Save me, baby 고마워 내가 나게 해줬어 넌 내게 나게 해줬어 꼭 이토록 나게 해줬어 답답하도 나게 해줬어 꿈속에만 살던 날 깨워줬어 널 생각하면 날 깨웠어 슬픔 따윈 나게 해줬어 Thank you 우리가 돼줬어 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before 그 손을 내밀어줘 Save me, save me I need your love before
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. That's good.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, give me your thoughts, Kevin. Talk to me.
Talk to me,
Just being
Kev.
a musician and performer, being new to K-pop, and what I mentioned before about, the choreography, you definitely could see that. And the fact that they have, was it seven or eight? Seven dancers and singers. I think that's pretty cool how they find their, I guess, what role was that what you were talking about earlier? Like
Yeah.
they all have their kind of role as a dancer, the pretty boy coming forward. Some of the rap, some sing, but how that all works out, in the development of the song.
Right.
I think it's really impressive. I also like the fact that they, you're borrowing elements from the American, R&B and hip hop, which I like. I mean, the musicians do that all the time.
Right.
Europeans will borrow from, the Indian, the sitar and things like that. The Beatles had done that. So I thought it was really good. It was well put together, and it was enjoyable too, because the melody, like I said, mentioned, like that's like one of the big things.
Right. Something
And-
that's catchy.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's what music is. You want to have a
When it has
big
somebody
audience.
walking away going,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
And so, but it was visually impressive.
right.
So I enjoyed it.
Earlier, Keith had said, "Hey, this is a one take." And for those who don't know what a one take is, it's basically when the camera is just 9 times out of 10 is one camera rolling, and they don't stop, they don't cut. There's been some times where people have been known to cheat the cut. Basically, they may pass through something that's dark or bright white, and they'll go through it, and it'll look like that. Yeah, it'll look like it never cut. Okay, but on this one, I don't think they broke at all. I think they stayed with them because I do remember watching the behind the scenes on this, and I felt bad for that poor cameraman because he was out there by himself. He was moving. There was some shots where I seen that he was trying to get that camera back up to him in time. But other than that, I think he did a phenomenal job staying with them. And BTS definitely hit their marks. They was like, okay, I know I got to be here by the time this camera gets to here. You know what I mean? So I thought that was phenomenal. They did a great job. And I think this is one of the songs that really made me like, you know what, let me start paying a little bit more closer attention to BTS. When I seen them, and when Keith was talking earlier, from the hip hop days, I was not a fan, of the rap style that they had or the music. You know what I mean? It just didn't
Resonate.
it didn't resonate with me. And then I started feeling bad for them when they did that one show, and they had brought them out to California, and and they were. I didn't like that whole
American
thing.
Hustle Life.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I'm like, why are you doing this to them? You can literally see they were tired. You're snatching them off of a bus, and then you're waking them up at the broad,
Well, not too much because depending on if they ask for it,
Yeah,
because I've never actually watched it, but I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I mean, you've seen so many clips when we do these,
yeah,
do these guides and we do these reviews because it's a very big part of BTS,
Yeah.
In their introduction to American culture. So we definitely get to see a lot of snippets from it. Although I've never actually watched the full thing.
Then we need to watch it, and you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Oh no,
and you'll
trust me,
understand.
I know.
I cringed on some of
didn't
those.
like
I
it.
was just like, what the
didn't
hell are
like
they
it.
doing to
It
these
was
kids?
just-
Like, this is ridiculous.
It was weird. It was almost like bullying.
It almost. And I was sitting there like, I really like. All right, I digress. We're gonna definitely watch it. We'll make sure Melissa and Kevin are on board when we watch it. And then that'll be later on in the weeks or whatever. But we'll definitely bring it up. But for tonight, I enjoyed watching BTS again.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It made me feel like Nick was here. Like Mom's playing it again. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Keith, do you have anything else to add?
This is probably one of my favorite BTS songs when Nick was trying to get everybody on board.
Yeah.
For K-pop again, round 2. Save Me was one of the songs that definitely pulled me in. Save Me, I think Fake Love,
Yeah, Fake Love.
Blood, Sweat, Tears, and Black Swan, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For me, because of the meaning behind Black Swan. We'll get into it because, we'll get into all those things eventually. But like I said, we have a very diverse palette today, a veritable cornucopia of K-pop today. So we'll have to come back around to it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get his feet wet with each individual group so we can kind of hear the difference. And not all BTS songs sound like this.
Yeah.
But they are one of the groups that are very thoughtful about the lyrics and how they're perceived.
Was this an early song from them?
So this is like 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you also have to remember, a lot of people were affected by this album, I believe. It just seemed like there were so many people in need. You know what I mean? And just hearing that whole album, it puts you in a different,
Okay.
you know what I mean, frame of mind. I know for us, we were really going through a lot at that point. Trying to get the business up and running, trying to get everybody pulled back together. And just listening to BTS was just like a breath of fresh air. And they definitely saved a lot of people,
You know what? This is what we're going to do, right? I'm looking at right now the BTS behind the scenes and music video
We'll do
shoot.
that one.
We'll do that and put that on Patreon.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check us out watching it, head over to the Patreon. Let's wrap this one because this one's extremely long for
They
you
even
two.
have it. Well, it's mirrored. I was gonna say they have a dance version, but it's mirrored.
Yeah, no, I want to do the behind the scenes. I think that's dope.
For sure.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming back, tuning in with Sushi and Popcorn. Once again, I'm Delia.
Keith,
Kevin.
And remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe.
wherever they are,
Wherever they are, wherever I put them.
Well, not just that, but YouTube changes the UI
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
Even
they
if
do.
it's subtle. So I don't know.
I remember we were doing this.
Notification bell used to be up here,
And then move down here.
Down here.
Yeah. So
And the comments are over here somewhere. I think
they're still here.
they're still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you guys know what to do. Do your
yeah,
thing.
do your thing. And don't forget to hit that Patreon button and come over and and join us. And
We got a lot of things coming your way.
Yeah.
We also want to get into K dramas.
the Save One Drop One too.
Save one, drop one games. We're doing that over there as well. We're also doing some on YouTube, but we're going to be doing some over there as well.
All right.
And you may even get some behind the scenes episodes. Who knows? Depends.
All right, y'all.
I got to make thumbnails.
Until next time, you guys, please, please, please be safe out there. Peace.